just seeing some guys. A couple of guys are committed to USC for the class of 2021. So I'll see them tomorrow. They're going to throw the ball around and, do some working out. Dorian's going to be there.
Yeah.
Hewitt.
Yeah, I know.
So he lives in Houston. So anyway, but we want, in brief, I had talked to your brother about the charitable work that you guys were doing, and that I wanted to learn what you were doing and kind of, if there was something, how we could get involved and whatever, but we at least like to start off, just kind of talking about, what you guys were doing and how that all came about.
Well, we was helping the homeless down on Skid Row, giving them food and hygiene kits, because that's one of the closest places next to our school. So we were just trying to help out and give back to the community, because we're in a good situation at school. So it's only right to give back.
Abdul-Mailk and Munir, how did you guys get involved with, giving back to the community? When did that start in your lives?
Started with our mom. She always used to, when we lived in Atlanta, she would go feed the homeless, especially on a time like this, like during Ramadan, and you can't fast every day. So the way you make it up is feeding the homeless a meal like that you would eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, what kind of impression did that leave on you guys the first time you were at Skid Row and seeing that and helping those people? What's the reaction like down there?
Well, we've been around homeless people before, so it was a lot of them down on the same street, sleeping on the sidewalks. We just wanted to help by giving them food and hygiene kits, trying to just help them out a little bit.
Mama arrived.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I can't complain. And I'm glad to see you all, and everybody's smiling, looking happy and upbeat, which is always good.
Yes, it is.
But did I interrupt something?
No, you're good.
Okay.
All right. But Blake, did your question get answered, or did I just screw up the answer?
No, go ahead. You're good.
There years back when Pete Carroll was at USC, he embraced Los Angeles, and he embraced, areas that needed attention. And it was basically, he would go into the neighborhoods, and he would meet with the gangs and the people that were the leaders of the community. And, it was just something that, Pete always talked about how, people thought he was giving, but he always felt like he was getting. It was what he got from giving his time and helping others was more impactful. He felt like he was getting more out of that than he was actually giving out. Is that something that is present when you guys are doing your thing in the community?
We think it's just, we're fortunate enough to help people that aren't fortunate to really just help themselves out. So whatever we have, we just, help them out with the things we have, while we're fortunate enough to have it.
Are you finding a lot of your teammates wanting to, not so much get in line, but, join up with you guys and get more involved as well? Are you having an influence with that?
One of the players went with us, Dejon Benton, the lineman. The line, he came with us when we went to Skid Row.
Yeah,
sometimes though.
Yeah, we think a lot more players want to get involved in this. We gotta have a way to set it up for everyone to do it.
Well, now's definitely a good time.
A lot happened. I was gonna say a lot has obviously happened since we were aware of you getting started on helping out. And was this something that you guys would have been continuing on even throughout spring ball? And is maybe because of the shutdown right now, you had to put on hold some of the stuff you were planning on doing?
Well, we just it's not. We don't always make it a big thing to like for everyone to come out. Sometimes we might just be riding down the street in a car, and if we had something extra, we might give it out the window to one of the homeless people.
Wow.
Mama, I got a question for you. When you are in the community and you are helping out, what is the reaction from the people in the community?
Well, they're grateful. And it's not like it's something that we have to do on a specific date, like Munir explained. It's just a way of life for us.
Mm-hmm.
But they're really grateful. And actually, they want to see more USC students. They were so excited to see the football players come out.
Well, we kind of, I don't know if I was stepping out of place. I was going to talk to the guys about it, about how if there was a way for us to get involved and we could promote, an opportunity for people to give a little bit back to the community. Would that be something that we could pursue as we go along?
Yeah, that's
Or
good. No, you can do that. You can get involved also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we definitely want to.
How will we do that?
That's what
I'm
I'm
sure
going
we
to ask.
Yeah.
People smarter than me.
Yeah. Let's talk about that offline when we're done introducing you. And the reason why I wanted to have you guys on, we always hear from and I hate to put it this way, the big names, but some of the more or less heralded players on the team. I like to put them at the forefront so the Trojan family can get to know them as well. So I guess with that, you both have gone through some injuries recently. Kind of update everybody. What's going on? How you guys doing health-wise?
Health-wise, we're going to rehab maybe 3 to 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're doing the rehab, we're working out and conditioning, lifting weights and everything. So right now we're almost at the end of it and ready to start working out with the team and everything again once we get back.
Now, obviously, you guys, you're able to work out together, being workout partners, brothers. It's making it easier. Do you want to, you each had different injuries. So how do you help each other with that rehab since, you're kind of limited to being able to go up to USC and get the treatment that you might need?
Well, we're going to a good physical therapist, Pro Sports. And after we're done doing our rehab, they have a gym in the back. We lift, and we just try to motivate each other to get better so we can get back on the field. But we both do have different injuries. It's my knee and his shoulder.
Right.
But I'm doing better also now. I'm cutting, and I'm ready to get back out on the field.
Now, do you guys have a timetable as far as to when your return is?
Well, I should be ready by July, August, that time.
And I should be full contact by the beginning of June.
Awesome.
How much are you guys looking forward to getting back out there?
What'd you say?
How much are you guys looking forward to getting back on the field and getting back in competition and all that?
We ready for it. That's what we enjoy doing. Competing, making plays, doing what we love to do.
We're both going to be making plays on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be, some excitement every time somebody's on the field.
Now, real quick, Munir, you had a similar injury in high school as well. And if I recall, when you went through your rehab, you did it without any type of medicinal or therapeutic therapy as well. Is that true?
No, I had rehab also. I had physical therapy also.
Right, but I'm talking, you didn't take any type of pain pills or, any type of therapeutic medicines.
Oh, no, I took it for 2 days, but I don't like taking those type of medicines.
I thought I remember reading a story or following your rehab, and it was just pure, you were just grinding through it, pretty much on your own.
Yeah, my mom was helping me with that. I don't like those type of medicines, so I was trying to get through the pain for the first couple of days or weeks, how long it was hurting.
Right.
I'm sure it was a lot of
You
ice
guys
involved
So you
with
guys,
that.
Yeah, I was icing
you guys play
every
on
day
opposite
during
sides of
my
the ball.
Okay.
All right, we have a delay.
We're all
I'm going to ask you a question. All right. You guys play on opposite sides of the ball. Huge changes a year ago on offense seemed to work out really, really well. You could tell those guys added a lot to your football program. And this year there were the defensive changes. And then it just seems like there is a staff that has come together right now that is got an energy that we have not seen in a few years. What are you guys feeling from what you guys, maybe from January to when spring ball started? Were you guys sensing that the energy level and the sense of confidence was kind of rising daily?
Yeah, with us being injured and everything, we was kind of off to the side during our own like workouts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But watching the coaches like introduce themselves in the team and what they wanted to expect from us, and they wanted like championship, everything, body language, energy, everything. It was like they wanted to build a championship team.
Guys,
And with
how
Todd
good
Orlando,
go ahead, Scott.
and with Todd Orlando coming on, it's, you know, there are a couple of guys that I've had an opportunity to talk to, and they're really, really excited about this defense. You know, we'll talk about the offense too, Munir, I promise. But how is this change in defense going to impact you? Are you able to get a feel for that?
Yes. So with my position, I'm able to like drop in cover grass, so like cover a tight end, maybe a receiver. I'm still able to rush the quarterback, and so like adding to my game, I could have picks, interceptions in my stat book now, instead of just sacks and stuff like that.
Okay.
You guys mentioned the rehab part of it. With this COVID-19 pandemic going on and life changing for everybody, how is life changing for your family, and what are you guys doing to stay in football shape and in rehab and also just spend time watching movies or whatever else you guys like to do?
Well, it's the same how it was back when we was in high school. Everybody back in the house, so it's really nothing new. But outside of that, we're going to rehab. We're finishing up finals, and nothing, playing the game, beating everybody in Madden.
Do y'all have a chalkboard keeping a score count?
Yeah, my little brother, he's winning though. He beats us most of the time.
The young guys always win those games.
What's you guys' favorite game to play, would you say?
I like Madden.
Madden, GTA, Fortnite.
Okay.
But you
now
play the
I'm
game
gonna-
too?
Oh yeah, Madden would be my favorite too, man, hands down. What edition though? Like Madden 20 or what you guys play?
Madden 20.
The latest.
Okay, I'm on Madden. I'm on that Madden 16 grind using the roster updates.
Mark.
Yeah. So now we've got an unbiased person sitting over here, so we're going to look for the truth. How competitive were you two when you're going up playing one-on-one against each other? Are there any? Does it get to the point where mom might have to step in and use the middle names?
Are you asking both of us?
Whoever wants to step up.
Nah, we usually nah, it's not like that. We don't get like that. Nah, it's good. We play one-on-one for basketball. Might play for something every once in a while.
Okay.
But it's good to have that competitiveness between you.
What'd you say?
It's good and healthy to have that competitive spirit, though, between.
Oh yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Hey, I Abdul, I got a question for you. I know you played a little bit of receiver in high school. Can you talk about the transition to defense now full time at the college level, specifically your role when it comes to rushing the passer?
My role with rushing and passer and playing offense at the same time. I kind of only play offense when like they really kind of needed me to, but it was fun. It was like a fun experience catching the ball and doing what you want with it. And but becoming a full-time defensive player, pass rusher, outside linebacker, I like defense the best though. You get to still score touchdowns if you get an interception. Like with the new defense put in right now, I could still make offensive plays on the defensive side. And,
what do you think your biggest strength is in the new system?
In the new system, the body type I have, I could just do it all right now. I could still do my pass rush and drop and still be fast enough to cover a receiver, cover a tight end, get under those pass routes and everything.
Do you have a target weight going into the fall, or is it just whatever feels best naturally for you?
Maybe 245. 245 feels good when I work out and I feel powerful and strong and fast. So 245 might be it.
A topic that we, excuse me, that we regularly bring up, it's kind of because it's a question, and USC fans are asking about the defensive line, and we'll put you on there. The defensive line, outside linebackers. The system is going to be different this year, but it just looks like with the depth and experience you guys have on the defensive line, where do you see that unit, you defensive unit, you guys that are going to be rushing the passer and being up front, where do you see you guys going in 2020?
I see us leading the sacks in our conference or in our conference. So I see us having a lot more sacks this year with the plays that are being developed right now, and then Coach Todd Orlando, him being our defense coordinator. In his past, he always had his players get a lot of sacks throughout their seasons.
Is one of the reasons it seems like there's a lot going on in Todd Orlando's defense, and it just seems like most of this is just to create confusion. That seems to be one of the main components of this defense. What was your first thoughts when you started watching film of what Todd Orlando was going to bring defensively to USC?
You're going to have to be versatile in the position I'm playing, and a lot of positions that's going to be on the field. You got to be able to still rush the passer, but drop in the coverage at the same time. So, yeah.
Guys, with the new coaches, the guys that you have on the roster, the guys that are coming back for this season, how good do you think USC can be in 2020?
I mean, like I said, those coaches that came in, they're enforcing championship everything. So I feel like we're going to be, champions. But that's what we're working on right now.
Munir, we have had other players on. We've talked to other guys. We talked to defensive players. We talked to Chris Steele, in fact. And you may not have played a lot, last season, but these guys all talk about you. That you are a dude. But my question is that you guys have some young guys like you and Brew and Kyle. Those guys didn't play either last year. Just when you guys get in that wide receiver room, what are you guys seeing?
In the receiver room, I know that we're all good, and how Coach Graham runs his offense, it's an opportunity for everyone to get on the field and how the ball spreads around. So when we all get our opportunity, we're going to make the best of it. And we're just going to have fun out there because I believe we're all great. We can all make it to the next level.
When you're going up and doing those one-on-one reps, which DB gives you the most problems, or maybe which one likes to talk the most, I guess?
Which one like to talk the most to me?
Sure.
Well, all DBs, a lot of DBs like to talk, but I don't really do much talking all the time, so they don't really say too much. But if they make a good play, they do their little talking.
Okay.
I got a question for Mom. Thank you so much for
So
joining
did
us.
I had one too, so this is gonna be good.
For sure. Can you talk about what it's like having two boys that are student athletes at the University of Southern California?
Oh, I'm just living the life. It's great. It's awesome. It's truly a blessing. It's truly a blessing. I'm living the life right now.
Part of the life of a parent is enjoying not only watching your kid or kids in this case play, it's embracing everything that comes with being a part of a football program, and that's the other parents. How much are you enjoying that part of the USC experience?
Well, most of the USC parents are great parents, most of us, and I'm enjoying every moment, the relationships, and it's like having an extended family. So I'm just enjoying the moment.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with the new administration, Mike Bone, Brandon Sosnas?
I've spoken with Mike Bone and Coach Todd Orlando. I've spoken with him. I think he's amazing. He's great at communication, which communication is key, for parents and for the players. So Mike Bone, he's pretty good too, and he's very great at communicating as well. And I think having an open relationship as far as communicating with the parents as well as the students, I think that's a win-win.
Agreed.
So the two brothers ended up at USC, and it just seemed like was this something you guys had talked about doing, going beyond high school and playing in college together? Was this ever a topic when you guys were much younger to go to the same college?
Well, when we start talking about college, he's older, so he had the opportunity to go first, and it worked out in my favor to be in the same place. So
we always talked about being on the same NFL team too, though. So that's probably our first step.
I mean, something like this is so unique. It's one thing. It's one thing to go play football together in high school, which, I mean, the odds of that are unbelievable. Too, that you had that opportunity. You're both this good, and then to go play in college. Do you guys? Was there a moment when you first got to USC where you both kind of looked at each other when you both were there and enrolled, looking at each other, going, "God, I can't believe we actually did this."
Kind of, but it was just a good feeling just for his locker to be right across from mine, and me see him all the time, and we wake up and do everything together, see him at breakfast, see him on campus, and it was just that good feeling.
Do you guys have a favorite hobby outside of football that you both really enjoy, or is it things that you guys individually do other than video games, of course, because we already talked about that?
We play basketball a lot, and whenever I can, I like to play the piano a little bit. I try to learn a little more songs.
And right now, we just bought a new ATV, so that's probably our new thing we got going on right now.
Nice.
4-wheel?
Can we come over?
4-wheel, yeah.
Do the coaches know? I guess they do now.
Okay, so we don't have the same perspective you guys do. We go to practices and we're off in our little bullpen, our little area, so we don't get to see everything. It's not intimate. And I'm just curious, were there some players, offense, defense, that you guys were really looking forward to seeing yourself during the springtime? Maybe guys you felt like were emerging as guys that were going to make a big impact?
I was looking to see I was looking to see how Malik was going to do in his new defense, seeing how he was going to contribute, make sacks and all that, get interceptions.
I mean,
Want to in the end zone one time.
how about you,
I'm ready for
Abdul-Mailk?
I'm ready for us to both get a touchdown in the same game.
Man, that'd be pretty cool. Wouldn't take me long to send your mom that video.
Yeah, that would be kind of.
Another thing that I was curious about. You guys have been at USC long enough. What are you guys studying?
I'm studying sociology, and he's studying communications.
And with the communications, I want to, like, after football's done, I want to, like, be a sports agent, look into the sports agent field. And since I'm around all the athletes, I got to use my resources around me.
Yeah.
You know, earlier you had mentioned Ramadan and how you use that to give back to the community. How does that affect you, though, as an athlete when you're training?
While we're training, we just get more cut up. We lose probably a couple pounds, but like our body changes a little bit while we're lifting and we look more cut up and defined. But some days it may affect us in the way we make it up is feeding the homeless or feeding someone in need of a meal.
My next question is going to be about USC, the University of Southern California. If you were trying to sell USC and the football program to somebody, what would you be selling? What are the selling points?
Like everybody says, after you leave, or not even when you leave, while you're at the school, the connections you can make. Like, we stay on campus and we're near like future models, future NFL players, a lot of stars, movie stars. So you make connections with the people around you. And then with football, it's just, you can see what happens, what we did last year on the offensive side. One of the games, 4 receivers went for 100 yards. So there's nothing but great things to say about USC.
Munir, you just touched on it. The connections is such a big part of outside of football was there at USC. And Abdul-Mailk, I'm wondering if you could kind of talk about what your experience has been like at Annenberg, because obviously that's a really top communication and journalism school.
The Annenberg building, you could use it for a lot of resources. If you want to be like a news anchor or something, you could go in there and use a studio for free, any hours, if you're a communications major. So using the Annenberg studio is one of the big resources everyone uses.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, it's a great building. We go in there quite frequently, and you'll just see people hanging out when they're not studying it. It's just a great place for you and your teammates and the general student body just to go and hang out, get a cup of coffee, hang out as well. So USC definitely provides you guys with the resources to make you feel at home.
They do.
Brandon Ryder.
So, hey, fellas, question from left field. You guys are young, though, so I'll ask how you feel. How would you feel if USC brought in a new uniform?
A new uniform?
Yeah, like an alternate version.
That may break the tradition. I think being, in this era, we're all looking for a new uniform, new style, So we all down for it. We all talk about it all the time.
I was wondering if you guys did. Is there a uniform that you guys have spotted that, because occasionally USC or somebody puts out uniforms that Nike probably that we get to see, and some, I have to admit, some look pretty darn cool, but they aren't traditional. Are there some uniforms that you guys specifically would like to be putting on, maybe just even if it's once a year, one game a year?
I seen one of the uniforms that somebody posted with black chrome helmets. I think it was a black on black, the uniform also. You know, I think they're listening to you.
I've seen
guys.
that. I saw the one you're talking about. And I would lean towards using a uniform like that. One game a year. It doesn't, you know, that's all you need, just one game a year. Maybe,
Right.
maybe.
What was
Damn,
that?
I haven't even thought.
Because we got the cream with the white jerseys with the white pants.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all white practice pants would be dope on with the white jerseys.
Yeah, that would be. I hadn't even thought of that. Have you seen that uniform put out there?
I haven't.
We may have to have somebody do an edit for us of that uniform. That would actually be kind of nice.
They should.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you guys.
I'm gonna be the old man. Get off my lawn with this one. Tradition matters.
Yes.
I've always been that way. I've always been that way, though.
He's the old guy in this group.
But you guys have to wear them. It's up to you.
Right.
For us old people.
All right, so here's another question for you guys, which is not football related, but I oftentimes get asked by people that are coming to USC, say, Scott, you know, where do I need to go eat? You know, what are your go-to places? Like if people are coming to USC, where do they need to go grab their grub?
Wahlburgers is good. Chick-fil-A is not too far. We ride our scooters down to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is always a good spot to go to.
And they got a
What's the deal?
spot down the street. What's the name of it?
Yep.
Spud Nut.
What place down the street?
Spud Nuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Cup of Joy. They got chicken tenders and fries. Where like a slushy you could get for $10.
Chicken tenders have been the all-time favorite food of football players since the beginning of time.
Oh, and the little Galen.
Okay, so Chris Steele was.
I was just gonna bring that up.
He was talking about he's kind of disappointed in Little Galen. What's going on with Little Galen? It's being disappointing. You guys not getting the steaks anymore, or what's going on? I mean, of course you're not right now, but.
Shout out to little Galen. They're feeding us for free.
See, that was probably a much better answer than Chris Steele's.
Yeah, college students, man, we get our food when we can get it.
You're right.
Now, how often do you guys go home though? Well, when you're in school, how often are you going home to get some care packages from mom though? Because there's nothing like home cooking.
Sometimes probably like on the weekends, every once in a while, probably like twice a month or something, every weekend. Or on the weekends.
Okay.
Mama,
Yeah, it's not too
I got
far.
another question for you. I want to know what has been your favorite experience these past few years with USC. You've got to. You also, as a mother, have to be appreciating. You know what these new athletic directors have brought to USC and the new coaches. You're probably appreciating kind of how they've kind of upped their game a little bit too right now.
Oh yeah. I love to win. I have a winning spirit. So whatever's going to increase USC football, you know, as a winning team, you know. So I'm glad everything is enhancing. Every moment is a great moment. I love all of the football games. I try not to miss any home games. And if they're away, I try and make sure I watch the games. So every moment is a great moment, and I'm appreciating every moment of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I appreciate it all because look at us now. We don't have it right now. So we have to appreciate what we have when we have it. So, you know, I try and make lemonade out of lemons all the time.
That's how we started the show.
Right.
Those two asked how I was doing, and I said, we're just making really good lemonade right now.
That's right.
Some days are better than others, but
Yes.
That is true. What do you guys hate most? Hate's not a word I should use. What do you guys look forward to least in your daily routine as a USC football player?
What do we what do you not like, bro?
And our
You
daily
guys like it
routine,
all.
No, I mean,
Doing the
going,
homework.
going from class to practice. Like sometimes we try to take a nap, but you know, you seen the Instagram memes. Once you lay down, you gotta bounce right back up.
Yes.
So maybe a little nap time.
All right.
Time.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. And I think the fans a lot of times will overlook this stuff. How many hours a day are you literally just dedicated to football and school before you actually head hits pillow?
Sometimes the ones who have to do rehab in the morning starts at 6:30, and then we got class throughout the day, and then practice ends around like 6 o'clock, 6:30.
But you're out the locker room after 6:30, so 6 to 6.
Then you might have homework or tutoring.
Mm-hmm.
And then after tutoring, you might have to do a little more homework. So when I first got to the school, I was going to sleep around 12 and then having to get back up every morning. But I learned how to manage my time and go to sleep when I need to.
So
Yeah,
maybe
I wanted to highlight that. Go ahead, Abdul. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just saying the same thing. Maybe a 6 to 10, 6 to 9.
You know, because we always hear, you know, the fans, they're always there to criticize and then to heap praise, but you know, they don't really take the time to think about how much time you guys invest on the daily. It's not just football. There's school, and like you were saying, there's rehab, and you got to eat, and heaven forbid, you know, you take an hour out of your day, you know, play a video game or, you know, talk to your girlfriend or whomever.
Yeah, it's a job for real.
Right. You're people. You're not robots.
Yeah. Some people understand. Some are learning to understand.
All right. Another topic that has been a hot one is your head football coach, Clay Helton. And, you know, whatever was going on with fans wanting a new coach at USC, what remained consistently with players, recruits, family members, your mother, I'm sure, was that it was important that Clay Helton remain the head football coach. And what is it about this man that is the loyalty factor is as high as I've ever seen with anybody?
So with all the rumors going on and everything, they say, oh, he may leave tomorrow. But he always kept us updated. Like he's told us like he's not going anywhere, and he always makes sure like I don't know, he communicates with us and everything, and
he never left us confused on if he was gonna be gone or not. After what the public was saying, he just kept us updated with everything.
What does he, you know, there's and what's behind the strong, you know, feelings for him? Just describe him as a person and what he brings to you guys as football players and as young men.
he's always telling us he just everything. He like installs like be a great man, love your mama. Like, you know, he's like he always does. Like he tries to just build men, like build great men and football players too.
And he's big on faith. He talks about faith, family, and football. That's what he lives by. And he always puts God first before anything else. And he likes to remind us that he adopted 110 men, but he treats us like family.
And how about Miss Angela? Because Miss Angela seems like she's pretty involved. She's a big part of the football program. Well, I mean, just what is Miss Angela like as well?
Oh, she's a good woman also. She came to help when we was giving back to the homeless one time. Well, when I was there one time, she was giving back, her and her daughter. She's good. She's a nice person also.
What's the first thing you guys are going to do that you can't do right now when this quarantine is over?
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. We're probably going to have to go back to school and go back working out. So I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about it because I don't really know when it's gonna be over with. Hey, did you
Modern
you
day.
should coach with train with Scott?
I did. In my former life, I was a basketball player. I played with you guys.
Yeah, I remember that. You thought
Yeah.
we forgot, huh?
Yeah. No, I was gonna bring it up. I
Yeah.
was gonna bring it up. Hey, you guys, just for all the people watching this too, these two dudes right here are ballers.
Yeah.
These two
No,
dudes.
I mean he even says that when you guys aren't listening.
Yeah. Yeah, they can really play. So how involved I'm interested, like when you guys were in high school, was there ever a thought like that you guys would try to play college basketball?
Yeah, I always wanted to. But after I tore my knee when I was a junior, I wasn't able to play my junior year.
Mhm.
So I didn't get the opportunity to go get recruited by colleges. But I got it was beneficial with me because it worked out with football. And I'm at a great college, so it all worked out at the end.
Have you had a chance to talk to Drake, about his experience with the basketball team at all?
Oh yeah, he's doing both sports. He's good too. Have you seen some of his highlights? He enjoys doing both.
Yeah, he's one of those rare dudes that can legitimately do both. That is hard to pull. It's hard to pull off one. When you start playing both major sports like that, to me it's mind-boggling. Yeah. But I had a question because I was with Cortland Ford, who is an offensive lineman coming to USC in June, if you guys are open, and this fall. And he was showing me just kind of some recordings of the Zoom meetings you guys have with the coaches. And what I'm curious about is, how were they when you first started with the Zoom meetings with your position coaches or whoever, and how have they evolved to become better?
I think going in, I think they already had a plan on like how they're going to work the Zoom and everything out. I don't think we had any difficulties.
Okay.
So they like if the screen was like the big whiteboard in our classroom, so I kind of think they use it the same way, but it's just not as hands-on as we could do it.
What I was looking at, it seemed like, I could actually see on how they would be able to teach you guys, even though you're not on the football field, that, the new defense and what your role is, because they're showing you like film from some NFL games, and it just tells what you guys are looking at on a daily basis as far as the video is concerned, and the learning the defensive scheme.
So some days we may go over like the playbook, and like they breaks down the playbook from like the basics to the hardest part, and so we look over the playbook, and then we look at old film that how it was ran, so we can have an idea on how to run it, since we can't actually run it. So kind of breaks it all down for us to understand it.
Offensively, Munir, you guys, the system's going to be the same, but it's going to look a little bit different, because the talk is the running game will be used a little bit more. They're going to get the tight ends involved a little bit more in the offense. But what are you seeing from year one to now on what you guys have to look forward to with the offense? So are you sensing there's going to be some differences in 2020 than there was in 2019?
We're just gonna get better as time goes. When you repeat things over and over, you get better at it. So we're still in the receiver meetings. We're going over the plays, watching film on other teams, and just making sure we all know the plays and know the basics. But we're just gonna get better as time goes on.
What does T? I mean, Kerry Colbert, T. Martin. Jeez, Kerry's gonna be mad at me for saying that. But what does Kerry Colbert demand from you guys? What are one or two items that he is stressing all the time that he wants you guys to do as wide receivers?
While we're on the field,
like one or two things that he stresses that he wants to see from you guys as wide receivers at USC.
Well, he has this saying. So what? I mean, what is it? He has a saying like, it means like, just say you drop a ball or something. So what now? I like go to the next play, get ready for the next play because as a receiver or a football player, you got to have a short memory because if you keep that on, if you keep it on, you might mess up on the next play. You know.
All right, so I'm a new quarterback at USC, Munir, and what would I expect to see from you as a wide receiver? What am I going to see you really doing well?
You can see me catching the balls, whatever you throw at me, I'm gonna go get it. Deep balls, short routes. Just throw the ball, I'm gonna go get it. I'm fast, so don't ever think you can underthrow me.
Abdul-Mailk. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brandon.
Is there a specific wide receiver spot that you're focusing on, or are you all over the field right now?
I'm on the outside. I'm a Z receiver, but he always wants us to learn all the positions. But I'm more likely on the outside. I'm on the outside.
All right, this is a Keaton Slovis question because you guys had a starting quarterback in JT Daniels who's really good, and he gets hurt, and this true freshman comes in, and were both of you guys kind of like looking at what Keaton was doing and like going, damn, that's pretty good. I mean, because we knew he was a talented quarterback. We've heard quarterback coaches talk about Keaton, but he went out there and what he was able to do was astonishing to me. Were even you guys somewhat surprised a little bit?
Well, he was doing great in practice. He was making plays and doing great. So I was just happy for him how he went out there and stepped up when some people didn't believe in him, as some of the fans didn't believe in him. But the team was behind him when the time was needed, and he did what he had to do.
And I think the whole team trusted him with him going in. So, like, with his team trusting him, that gave him probably an extra boost in his confidence while he got in the game. So I think the team was always behind him.
Yeah.
When you're playing defensive end or linebacker, do you prefer hand in the dirt or stand up? I mean, what do you prefer?
Since I've been playing standing up, I probably prefer standing up. So I could rush, I could drop, I don't have to like be on the ground, and I prefer standing up. It
gives your game a little bit more versatility.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing that in the field, man.
I got a question for you guys. It's kind of a tough one too. Hopefully everything goes as planned and the season starts on time. First game on the slate is Alabama. That's a big test. What do the Trojans got to do to be ready for that game?
And we just got to execute the coach's plan, and that's really it. We got to really install our defense, and right now everybody's getting the hang of it. So right now we just got to execute everything the coaches tell us to do, and they have a good game plan going into Alabama.
Have you guys talked a lot about it or thought about what it would be like to play in that Dallas Cowboys stadium that's just like gigantic?
It's an NFL stadium, so getting us ready for the next level of being surrounded by a lot of people in the stadium, looking down on the stadium. So it's only exciting about it.
Does that really make a difference to you, though? And I'm not trying to, lessen your question, Blake, but you play in an NFL stadium, right? The LA Coliseum's got a lot of history behind it. So do you make that comparison, or does it really not?
I don't really compare it. I didn't really think about playing in the stadium, but because the question was asked, I just elaborated on it a little more.
Thank you, Munir. I appreciate it.
Yes. I mean, that stadium, that AT&T stadium's,
it's huge.
It's just there's nothing like it, really. I mean, there are now, but at one time it is so large, and it's got this television, this screen that's the entire football field long. But it's a cool place to go, and hopefully your mom can make it to that game, USC and Alabama, which leads me to Did you have the opportunity to make any road games?
I didn't, but I enjoyed every moment watching them on TV. Yeah. But I made it to every home game.
Yes.
Is it hard? Is it harder watching them in person or on the TV?
We have pretty good seats. Most of the families have pretty good seats, so that's easy. Watching them on TV, we can yell at the TV, you know, even though they may not hear us. But yeah, it's exciting just watching, you know.
You know, I know this might not be the happiest question, but as a mom, what's it like when you're watching your boys out there on the field and they do suffer a season-ending injury? What's going through your mind when you see that?
Well, they've been playing football since they were like 4 and 5 years old. You know, football, baseball, basketball. With basketball and football, I know they were injured different times, like every year. So I became kind of numb to it. This is like part of the game. As long as it's not life ending, you know, I just think that, okay, take them to the doctor. Let's see what's going on. Let's get them fixed up, take them home, and let's get better. It just makes them stronger. You know, they're boys, you know, so they'll get dirty, they'll get hurt. And I'm not that mom that's scared to get them scratched, you know, so what doesn't kill them only makes them stronger.
Right on.
I got another question from Mom. Obviously, like the road for any student athlete to make it to the D1 level, let alone a place like USC, it takes a lot of work and there's a lot of sacrifice and there's a lot of things a lot of trials and tribulations that you overcome. So as a parent, what's it been like seeing them reach this point?
Well, I prepared them for this from the beginning. It starts from the cradle all the way up until where they are now. So you have to start from the beginning of what you want so you can get something great in the end.
My last question. Why is USC good enough to win the Pac-12 in 2020?
Why are we good enough?
Yes.
Pac-12 20.
Because we work hard. We're determined to be the Pac-12 champions, and we got what it takes. We got the coaches, we got players that are ready, and we're athletes. You know, we're ready to win. I think we had an opportunity to win. We just gotta do what we gotta do. Don't you believe it, Scott?
You know what? I'm one of the few that does believe it. That's not on the team, I mean. I think you guys are the team to – I personally feel that you've added – the offense was what it was last year. I mean, despite all the injuries that you guys had on offense, which were enormous and almost ridiculous, you still managed to have this offense that just was a machine. And defensively, if you guys just become a top 40 defense versus a top – about ranked 98th, right there, boom. It's not that it's so close. It was so close last year that I think the changes that have been made right now puts you guys in a position really realistically to, you know, you're at least going to be playing in the Pac-12 championship, in my opinion. So yes, I believe it.
Me too.
All right. Well, hey,
We all have
wait, did I mute you?
to believe it.
Oh, yes.
We're good.
Well, I mean, I'm honestly sensing, though, I'm around the guys enough, and I've known a lot of the guys through the recruiting process to kind of know when they're just like saying words. And I feel like the guys truly do have a strong confidence in both the offensive and defensive staffs right now. And I just think that there's a sense of confidence that I have not seen the previous 2 years.
No, you can sense there's a new energy around the program, and we've been talking about it for the last few months now, and we've been able to see glimpses of it when you guys were doing your winter conditioning. It's definitely there, and we're just hoping you guys can get out there sooner rather than later and continue that. so you can just keep that momentum rolling. I know the offense is on track to have a monster season. We get Munir back joining that ridiculous wide receiver room. Getting Abdul-Mailk back there on the defensive line, linebacker, joining that group. Yeah, like Scott's saying, the defense was just so close, and if we can just get everybody back out there now, 2020 could be a really special season with this new energy that's around the program. And I want to thank you guys for coming on. Like I said, we don't get to hear from you guys too often, so it was important that we get you guys out there so for the fans can get to talk to the players and see who they are when they don't have their helmets on. So thank you.
Last question. Last question, Abdul-Mailk. Last year, Mike Jinks was talking about how nobody wants to tackle Marquise Stepp, including guys on our football team. How challenging is that to bring a guy like that down? That's my last question.
He's a powerful back, but you just can't be scared. It's with anybody. You just can't be scared to take him down. He's a powerful back. He's a good running back.
Yeah.